Thank you for being here again today. In our last video, we talked on your rights as a tenant in Nigeria, and house owners are like, Madam, this is partial now. Tell us our rights too. Or don't we have any? Of course you do, even more than the tenant. Remember, the house is yours. Is this your first time here? I'm really glad you are here. Have you subscribed already? I sincerely appreciate your love. Now let's head straight to today's business. Your rights as a landlord in Nigeria. First, to be a landlord in Nigeria, you must own a land. You cannot give what you don't have. Your first right, therefore, is a right guaranteed by the Constitution, the right to own land anywhere in Nigeria. It doesn't matter whether you are from Sokoto and you want to own land in Bayelsa. The Constitution empowers you to do so. So you have the money. Don't shy away. Make that decision. Buy that land anywhere in Nigeria and become a landlord. It is your right. Some think that their pocket may not be deep enough to consider such venture. That could be true, but just have it at the back of your mind that it is your right and that there is something for every pocket. Just embrace the right consultation. Some erroneously believe that because their pocket is not deep enough, if they struggle to acquire any property, the oppressive system will rob them of this right at the least provocation. That's very possible. And that takes us to the second right, equally guaranteed by the Constitution. Number 2, your right against compulsory acquisition of your property by the government or anyone. Once you have fulfilled the requisite requirement to own a property, the Constitution guarantees that no movable property or any interest in an immovable property shall be taken possession of compulsorily, except of course on certain conditions, which will be made known to you at the point of acquisition. Please note that no big man has the right to walk into your property and claim, Mr. Small Man, this your land will be good for hospitals. Step aside. After all, you will benefit from it too. If you choose to sell, that's fine. But it cannot be forcefully taken without consequences. I can hear some voices like, what of Niger syndrome? No doubt. But when you know your rights, redressing violation becomes easier. Remember, the courts are not Father Christmas, but they are definitely protective. But is there any reason that my property can be taken away from me? Yes, one of such being acquisition for overriding public interest by the government. And where such becomes expedient, it will be done with proper procedure that comes with compensation. And that takes us to your next right, which is the right to be compensated if the need arises for your land to be taken back for the purpose equally spelled out in the Constitution and the Land Use Act, specifically for overriding public interest. But what has all this got to do with the landlord's rights in relation to tenancy, you may ask? Ownership has to sit squarely on your shoulders so that you can answer that name, landlord, with pride. So the property is yours and you are renting it out. Yes, renting it out, not selling. And that takes us to the next right. Number 4, your right to repossess your property when the tenancy expires, or if there is any breach of the terms and conditions of the tenancy. When you rent out your property, the legal title still rests with you. If the need arises for you to take it back, the law backs you up to do so, but note, with human first. The law frowns at any inhuman treatment just because you want to repossess your assets that you willingly gave out. Number 5, you also have the right to enter during the subsistency of the tenancy. In fact, this particular right is the reason we are having this video today. My client, who rented a fully detached house with fruit trees, felt he had the right to walk in at will, and pluck the fruit. As a landlord, you have the right to enter your leased property for the purpose of maintaining the premises or ascertaining the proper use of the property under agreed terms, or without the agreement on suspicion of criminal activities or fundamental breach of the agreement. You will not be deemed to have given the tenant peaceful possession if you are allowed to walk in at will for whatever reason. So, you have the right to enter, but on an agreed terms. You also have the right not to renew, but note, subject to properly communicated intention. You can rent out your house for a year and choose not to renew, but that decision has to be properly communicated to the tenant. Number 7, you also have the right not to reimburse for repairs where you were not informed and consent obtained. So the tenant cannot on his own install solar energy without your consent and expect reimbursement. It is an improvement to your house, but your consent needs to be respected. And finally, you have the right to your rent and to review this rent subject, of course, to some statutory guidelines. Real estate investment is one of the lucrative businesses one can venture into. So what are you waiting for? Get rid of the fears. Don't just take a step. Consult, know your rights, and invest with power. I hope this makes sense. If so, please don't leave without hitting that subscribe button, liking, commenting, and sharing this video. More will come. So please turn on that notification bell. Until then, remain blessed.